Welcome to Primecast. This is Jesse.
I'm late.
You are very late. Late for our first live recording, which is typical of you to fuck things up the first time we
You're the
try.
one who's always talking to me on Twitter about, hey, I can't record tonight, like 20 minutes before it
Well,
records.
no, no,
Yeah,
don't
so,
don't make shit up. But we're also recording this show while on Blog TV. Um, for now on, hopefully, we'll be doing our shows live on blogtv.com/people/SSJ Autobot. I'll be posting links in the video description for now on. So, and I'll be warning people before. Yeah, we'll try to get along in this episode. The the day that it will be recording, so give people a little bit of time and warning if they want to catch up. And we'll still be recording for now on, just for everyone else that may not be able to get on. Um, this will be well. That's why we don't always record on. Well, Mad Shell says this will be a little bit difficult for me to because of my conflicting schedule, and that's why we'll be recording at the same time. So I'll be putting it up on.
Matchell, are you
on
Matchell
YouTube.
23?
Shit, but he's Mad Shell 91.
Yay! He's the one that got me my Comic Con exclusives. Thank you again.
Lucky fucker.
You didn't. Oh my God.
I no. He came to me.
He did?
Yep.
Oh.
Yep.
Well, I see that I'm the rebound girl. Which really good.
I guess before we really get into what we want to talk about, mainly for the show, go into new purchases. You want to stop buying Wyatt stuff. That's why I stopped, because he stopped thanking me.
No, I never even told anyone to buy me anything. Ever.
You don't have to tell. That's just what kind of person I am.
I'm still getting you Viacom, so.
I don't care about Viacom anymore. I'm past
You
it.
don't? Well,
No.
then. What do you want?
Hulk! That's what I want. Hulk!
I'm looking for Hulk.
Oh, look harder.
Get you MP10. What? Aladar to 20,000 or 20,000 or
That's 20,003.
20,000. Okay.
I have MP8. But what have you gotten in the past week, Wyatt?
Whoa, fuck, I don't know. Let me see.
We already
I feel
covered.
like I got something.
We covered Breakdown in the last episode.
My entertainment pack. I got the first
Oh,
edition
yeah,
entertainment
yeah.
pack. They're really cool figures. Those come out, get them.
I could get those right now if I wanted, but I just couldn't. I couldn't get myself to buy them.
The entertainment pack. This thing. They're open and stuff. There's nothing in
Did
here.
you
But
leave
I think it looks like
Oh,
this.
you took the little kids out.
Yeah, the kids are on the shelf right now. Miko's kind of like on Bulkhead's shoulder, and Jack and Raphael are behind RC and Bumblebee.
Oh.
They're really cool. I really like my Prime display, and like how I have everything displayed. Really, really, really wants me, or really makes me want a weaponizer Megatron. I don't know why.
Well,
But
yeah, that would be awesome if they really made one, because
mhm.
that Voyager's is too small. I still like it all, but I mean it's just
Yeah.
barely shorter than an average Voyager, especially the first edition Optimus.
So distracting.
What's distracting?
The scale between them.
Oh yeah. But yeah, the rated Transformer says buy Darkness Megatron. Well, it's the same.
I really want it.
It's
But
the same height basically. That's the biggest issue.
mhm.
But my biggest issue is not really the height with the Darkness Megatron. Just with all that chrome on it, it looks very tacky to me.
Mhm.
And it has some of the stickers that have like the purple wiggles in it that really resemble the G1 stickers on G1 not Prime Megatron. But that's kind of cool. It comes with Ratbat and the Gora Micron. Doesn't
Yeah,
have
Gora
the blades.
2.
Gora 2.
It's a revamped of the Gora Micron.
Yeah. It does. I mean, if it was maybe just a tad bit muted as far as the silver goes. Like wasn't so was didn't look like it was like went through jewelers. I guess it just looks kind of godish.
The rated Transformer, it is not. It is not bigger.
Nope. Yep. Same.
Same thing.
Same.
I also got a couple of bot shots, but they're not here. I left them in my friend's bag last night. We went to the theater. I didn't want to lose them in the theater.
Yeah.
I got bot shots, Top Spin, Lockdown, and Thundercracker.
Um, did I buy anything that I actually have right now?
Oh, I did see something at a bookstore though that I am gonna get when I get enough money. They had the 2 packs for Arkham City, the two for Catwoman and Batman. They had 2 black and white ones and 1 actual colored ones, and I gotta get those.
I did actually see the 2 packs of Bane and Batman. That Bane without the shirt,
Mm-hmm.
that looks horrible.
Looks silly.
But he actually doesn't have a 6 pack in the movie like I thought he would. He actually
Oh
is
no,
kind
he's a big, bulky motherfucker. He's not
of,
like ripped.
yeah, which is kind of surprised me because in his other movies, such as like Warrior, he does have a pretty big 6 pack, and I was kind of surprised to be him just looking just massive overall.
Mhm.
But someone asked me earlier on, uh, Spido, Spida, that asked me if I got any SDCC stuff,
Mhm.
and yep, and I know in the past I said that a certain figure there that was exclusive that I probably was not going to get, that was settled for the retail version,
But
but I just gave it. The retail version of the Bruticus Combaticons is just so fucking disgusting just to look at.
I like
But
it.
you like it? Well, no, you don't. You're just settling. I was settling too, but I just like the mold. Um, why do you keep on saying you have gas? But I will be getting the San Diego Comic Con Bruticus figure, and it was shipped Tuesday. I was kind of hoping I would be getting it today, um, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm very excited about it, and I love the packaging for it. I did buy it on eBay, so imagine. It did
That's
wasn't
my,
that much. I see.
wasn't that much.
Okay, well,
Tell yourself that. Make yourself feel a little bit better.
I do make myself feel better.
Two
Just
hundred plus.
just a little bit more than that. I paid 209, and that's with shipping. Wow, I've seen but that's cheapest I saw.
There was someone who had like a ton of Bruticus's and they were dirt cheap, and he was a fraud.
Really?
Yeah, did you hear about that eBay page too that had like 80 Viacons for like retail price?
No.
Well, they had one in the UK, and I'm pretty sure it was a scam. And they sold like one guy alone bought 40 to prove it was a scam.
Wow. Uh, Alfie Time Wolf says, "What do you guys think of Doctor Who?" I've personally never seen Doctor Who, so I don't really have any opinion about it.
I have friends who like it. I go to anime conventions, and that's super prominent. I've never looked into it myself, but I know it exists.
So that's
Oh,
about all that. I do like the box that the G2 Bruticus comes in, but I
I
really,
really want that G2 Bruticus.
but I don't. I still don't care for the paint scheme, but I really do like the nostalgic box it comes in.
I'm really happy too. The figure I'm most excited for is Swindle out of the set. That figure looks really good to me, as both a leg, an arm, a robot, and a vehicle. I think it looks great as all three or all four. And the my favorite color scheme out of the G2 one is Swindle, the black and red. So
My
that's a
favorite is the
selling.
one I'm going to be getting, bitch. Okay, so let's. Is there really any really big noteworthy Transformer news? I can't really.
There is there's official product images of just bot shots, rescue bots, Cyberverse, Voyager, Skyquake, and Ultra Magnus, Asia Imports, G2 Bruticus, Jetwing Prime, Thundercracker, BBTS Dark Energon exclusives, and that's about it.
You know, all those, especially the Prime Ultra Magnus, really, really like in that figure.
I want, Dreadwing, really, really.
Yeah, those are two that I want the most.
Oh, and they're
I'd be
talking about more about micro changers too, the
oh,
Creons.
oh, yeah. I think I remember hearing about that.
Transform and stuff combined.
Um, Spida says, "Did you see how Hasbro Toy Shop had Bruticus for like 10 minutes on both days?" I did not see that they ever
Mm-hmm.
had it. I just whenever I clicked on it right away, it was sold. I was like, whatever, I got it.
I've been in the big or the TFW 2005 thread for that, and yeah, people are staking out for
Uh,
those.
well, I'm sorry. Started. Alfie's saying good night because apparently it's way too late or early for him. So blame
I was okay.
Wyatt. Blame Wyatt. He's the one. If he didn't take so long, we'd be done about now.
I'm sorry. I love you guys.
Fairly well. Dragon Prime says, "Are you guys getting the SDCC Rest in Peace Cliff Jumper?" I am not because, especially with them announcing that they're going to be releasing the first edition figures in the Toys R Us again, and with the Cliff Jumper being in the Terracotta Cliff Jumper mold, I'm just going to be holding out for that one.
I'm not because I'm getting the retail one, but I already have the Arc Micron Cherrycon Cliff Jumper,
The
so
purple and poop brown one.
I like it.
Let's see. You're stuck with two first edition Cliff Jumpers. You're privileged to have two, like I do.
I have two
Um.
molds.
Yep.
I have three.
Okay. Um. So, is there anything else newsworthy that you want to talk about?
Um, don't think so. Let me check Cybertron, whatever you want to call it, one more time because they have different news stories. Yeah, nothing really groundbreaking is happening.
Yeah.
There's pictures. There's a picture of MP Lambor. There is new Kriego's got released. That's fun.
Hey,
Oh, and
Sportimus is on.
he's in this.
Yep. Hey, Sportimus.
Passport miss.
No. Dragon Prime asked, "Did either of you get the his tank Shockwave?"
No,
No, I'm not. I
I'm not that
know.
invested in GI Joe.
Yeah, I know a certain person may be offended that White and I both know, but I'm not really into GI Joe. Never really cared for it. Just, it's just kind of boring to me. Um, so I guess why do you want to talk about Dark Knight Rises?
Suppose, but I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it. So,
But some of the one I forget who said that they love spoilers.
well, we'll give a very big warning. So,
No spoilers, okay. I don't know how we're going to do that though, because there's so much to talk
I can
about.
talk about it without giving anything away.
All right,
But
non-spoiler
oh,
edition, okay. So maybe you, White, you and I can do a spoiler-ish, more spoiler
off camera.
off camera, yeah, off line here.
All right, we'll do that.
So yeah, because I really, really want to talk about some of the shit that happens in this movie. Um, yeah. As far as character goes, I loved Tom Hardy's performance as Bane, but following up on Heath Ledger's performance of Joker is really such a tough act to follow.
I
And a
was
lot
really
of people,
glad it didn't seem to be like trying to compete with each other.
right? They're
Um,
two very, very different characters and very different mannerisms. I
Hmm.
found just the way his voice was so menacing and just so.
I really liked his voice. A lot of people really didn't like it,
I
but
liked it a lot,
hmm.
and certain mannerisms that he did, I found just really kind of unnerving. Like the way he would walk around with his like hands in his vest like this, like he's
Hmm.
just. That's just a little thing that I noticed that I found really cool. Bruce Wayne. I'm not sure if it really say it's a spoiler, but I mean, it takes place 8 years after the Dark Knight,
Hmm.
and the time has not been good on him, to
Yeah.
say the least. He's pretty much beat. Like he starts off in the beginning of the film, he needs a cane to walk because he has no cartilage in his knees. He's all beat to hell, and he lost a lot.
They never really enlightened. Like, I'm sure the reason is because of what happened before, but they never really enlightened on some of the things. And I guess we'll get into this during a spoiler filled review. There were some plot holes and some plot devices in this movie that I really weren't expecting from a movie like this. But it doesn't. It's not to the film's detriment at all.
Right. Um, and just the whole like first act of the movie is him trying to find a way, find a reason to get back into Gotham City to make a difference again,
Hmm.
and that kind of gets to his head, especially at a certain point.
Yeah.
Very much so. Anne Hathaway as Selena Kyle. Uh, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It just,
I didn't mind her at all. I think she did fine.
yeah, it
It
was
was
just
kind of a
fine.
hollow character to mess with anyway, so.
Yeah,
The Rated Transformer, these are no spoilers at all. This is just plot synopsis.
yeah,
It's not. They're
just
not going to say anything.
no. I
It's a spoiler.
Alfred was really surprised here.
Yeah, I was
Al,
too, but I really, really enjoyed how they did him.
yeah, I really felt a lot of emotion from Alfred, and I could really connect with him in
Hmm.
some scenes. Like you can just automatically put him yourself in his shoes and just know how he's feeling and just know how tough it can be on him. Um, Gary Oldman as James Gordon.
I really liked Gordon in this movie.
I'm not sure how I felt about his performance. I mean, not his
It wasn't
performance,
as good
but
as like Batman Begins or The Dark Knight, but I
yeah,
still really liked it. You could tell what I really
he was
liked is
old and like he
th-
was
this isn't this isn't a yeah. Well Gary Oldman's an old guy. They have to make him look younger. So with this being 8 years in the future, they probably just went
all natural.
with less. Hmm.
Yeah,
Um, this isn't really a spoiler because they said it at the end of The Dark Knight. Obviously, Batman and Gordon are covering up for what Harvey Dent did.
yep,
They blamed it on Batman, and the Gordon's living Gordon's living with a lot of guilt for that. And it goes out throughout the movie, but you can tell, and it's really stressful for him to live with himself for what had happened.
yep. Uh, let's see. Morgan Freeman is as Lucius Fox is awesome as always.
Mhm.
Miranda Tate is pretty kind of a shallow character
Yeah,
overall.
we
Yeah,
can't really.
no, but
Yeah,
yeah, it just the whole
there's a little too
character
much.
is it was just kind of meh to me. But if you want to stick around after the show, I'll be throwing in the spoilerific edition at the end of this review
Mhm.
or Primecast. So
This podcast can be kind of short.
yeah, I was really surprised at how much I loved Blake's character.
Yes,
He
uh,
was amazing.
John Blake is really good.
Yeah, just
Also, I noticed this partway throughout the movie, about three-fourths through. The movie is very, 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 very much not Batman slash Bruce Wayne eccentric.
no, it's not.
It's more about Gotham
Uh huh.
in a whole.
Right. And really surprised to see Cillian Murphy again in this movie. Like just a small cameo role, like he did in
Hmm.
Dark Knight. Kind of comes out of nowhere. Let's see. Story wise, I thought it was exactly how the trailer made up to be. It's very, very epic. Shit was fucking going down in this
It
movie.
was it lived up to just how everything happened. I was not I wasn't uh I wasn't expecting it to live up to that.
Um,
Just how they pulled everything. Sportimus, um, what they said about Ra's al Ghul's appearance is just that.
yeah,
Um, so he's in it in some form.
yeah. He's not like a, hey, I'm back. I'm really immortal.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
really.
That would be the rated Transformer. That would be covered in more of the spoiler
Hmm.
uh, review. Um, the, I've heard a lot of people actually complain that there was too much talking and not enough action. I felt the complete opposite.
Yeah.
There's this movie went overboard as far as action. Like if you were to compare, like Batman Begins was pretty cold. Dark Knight was just right, perfect mixture of story,
Hmm.
talking, and action. Dark Knight Rises was way warm when it comes to action because it was very action orientated,
Hmm.
and really enjoyed, especially the last act, the whole action going on there.
It was very good. The last few sequences of the last few sequences are very cool. Not even just the action sequences, just some stunt choreographing with like Lieutenant or Commissioner Gordon. It is just really cool.
Did you see the IMAX version?
I did. It was the only IMAX in my theater was the trilogy, and that was $40 per ticket. So
So
kind of a
you,
lot of money.
so that's what you saw.
No, no,
Oh,
we couldn't afford it.
oh, okay.
We're gonna see it again probably tomorrow night though.
It kind of sucked because I saw it in the biggest IMAX screen in my theater,
Hmm.
and it looks like they had the bass turned up way too much in my theater, and you could actually hear like the shit shake at the top of the roof in the theater when something like when Bane would talk, shit would
Hmm.
shake. It wasn't too distracting, but it was like, damn, they need to turn that stuff down a little bit.
Yeah, they when my friend Lily, who I saw it with my girlfriend and one of my best friends Lily when she took a drink of her pop and Bane was talking, the pop like shook and she almost like just like dropped everything. We had the perfect seats in the whole theater, dead center in a huge aisleway, so we had lots of room,
Yeah.
and it was so great because we were literally on the edges of our seats, like throwing back, just like cringing, and it was the best movie experience I've ever had. I've
Uh,
never ever been in such so drawn into a movie like that. Just
Mega Danan asks how well can you understand Bane.
very well.
There's a couple of
I could.
things that he did say that was like, what did he just say? But for the most part, it's like I could understand him just
Mhm.
fine. But I guess just the way, like, especially if he had really long speech periods, there'd be like a few words here or there that just kind of sound like they meshed together. But you can get the gist of what he's saying all the time, and the way he speaks is very menacing. I love his voice. Tom Hardy, who was in Bronson and Warrior, he's a great like he's a badass in this movie. And
Hmm.
I was really surprised at some scenes that were taken directly from the comic that Bane was in back in his first appearance.
Yeah. Real quick, I have a question. Sportimus asks, does it compare to Spider-Man and the Avengers? And then Aladar says no. Does that mean it doesn't compare? Like Batman doesn't compare to those two,
Oh,
or
to me, it is far better than either of those films.
I cannot compare them because comparing the Avengers to Spider-Man to the Dark Knight Rises are completely
Yeah,
completely different. movies, and they can't be compared because they all offer something different. The Avengers, you have this group of people that you've waited since 2008 to see together. You have Spider-Man, a retelling of an origin story you've seen before, and incredibly intriguing. The Dark Knight is exactly as it says, the end of a legend, and it is truly epic. You cannot compare them.
But out of the three, which did you enjoy the most?
Enjoy the most? Probably the Avengers. The one that I had the most interaction with was definitely the Dark Knight. The one I found the most interesting was probably Spider-Man. They all offer something incredibly different. But enjoyment-wise, probably the Avengers.
Out of all three of the ways you enjoyed them all, I've still enjoyed The Dark Knight Rises more than either of those films.
Mm-hmm. That's
Uh,
understandable.
yeah, I was so excited for the movie, and I actually got like the little kind of chalk drawing that Blake makes with the bat.
Mm-hmm.
I actually got some stickers of those to put on your car at
Oh,
the
that's
theater.
cool.
Um, let's see what else about
We'll
it.
we'll get into that too. There's something about that bat. When we get into the actual Primecast review.
Let's see what else. What else we can talk about this. Would you want to see another one after this?
Of Batman? No. No. We'll get in. Well, that's a question that we'll answer
I,
more in the spoiler review, but I'll say no.
I do not want to see any sort of follow up to this movie.
Oh no, no, no. Oh yeah, there will be more Batman movies, but not this Batman.
Right, right, yeah, I know. I know that at some point in the future they're going to make a different Batman movie, start a whole new thing, but I do not want to see a continuation of the story. It's the perfect ending, and my
Hmm.
wife was kept on saying that there could be a sequel, there's going to be a sequel, there's going to be, and I was like,
No.
there might
Well,
be.
Christian Bale even said that this is it. He's
Yeah,
done with the Dark Knight. So
and Nolan said the same thing too. So
yeah,
without those two, it would be
that's something else we're gonna get into in the spoiler thing. Like, there's so much we just have to talk about
yeah,
this about
just.
Nolan and.
But yeah, that's the way it ended. Perfect ending.
Hmm.
It does not need to go on anymore. Just
Beautiful, really beautiful. I throughout the movie I got misty eyed, and it wasn't until about the perfect climax of the movie that I literally sobbed. It was incredible.
okay. So that's about. I think. Is there anything else you want to talk about as far as Dark Knight?
No, I think everything else would be. No, I think everything
Spoilerific.
else is yeah spoilerific.
Okay. So what else?
I don't know what you want to talk about.
Nothing. Uh, okay. Well, let's take a little bit of advantage with our situation here. Yeah, a reboot. So going back to this chat here. All right. The first person on. Well, we're going to have a. I'm going to go through the list here and give each person a question that they can ask us, even though everyone's kind of asked several already.
Hmm.
But uh, Aladar, I'm just going to go alphabetical order because I don't really remember who signed in first. But Aladar 20,003, what's your question? Give you a second here. But in the meantime, I actually brought my Batman figure with me. My little 3 1/4 inch Batman. He sat in the cup holder just like this
The
and watched it.
last movie I took toys to was Toy Story 3.
Hold on, I got a fart.
It's gross.
There you go. Aladar,
Go to the next one. Ask Anakin X Vader a question.
uh, Hey, Anakin X Vader. Okay, first off, it's 2003. It was typed second. Can you both guest star? What? Oh. Could you hear the fart? Um, I guess Aladar is asking me if I would be a guest on his podcast sometime in the future, and I guess he's wondering if you'd like to be one too.
Sure.
Yeah, same consensus here. Just scheduling would just be a bigger issue with me with doing this and doing other videos
The
and
family thing.
yeah, and working. Both you don't have.
I have a life, so
I have that too. I gotta fit that in there.
like,
Um,
life ends when you're like 30.
I don't see this full name here. Oh, okay. Convenant Decepticon.
Covenant.
Covenants and Decepticon. Uh, if you have a question, feel free to ask.
Bang.
Yeah, you can think of one later. Just remind me.
I also
Get
love
back
Toy
to you.
Story.
You have a Toy Story?
What?
Okay. Dragon Prime. Dragon Prime 121. Stop picking your nose, Wyatt.
I was rubbing my face.
Dragon Prime, you still on? I don't think I've seen anything from you typed.
I did. He said he's gonna go send in his question, so I think he's typing something to Quanda.
Oh, okay.
Hamster, stop it.
Mad Shell. Farts and boogers tonight, yeah. Yep. There's always farts and gas. What's your Toy Story, Wyatt? Well, I'm going to give everyone just a chance to think of their question if they want to ask. Um, so, Wyatt's over there dancing.
Hey, Jesus.
So, go ahead and tell us your little Toy Story that you had.
Oh, nothing. Someone said I love Toy Story, and I said I also love Toy Story.
Oh, I thought you
I don't
said.
have a Toy Story. My Toy Story is. Yeah. That's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the co-host of Primecast, this little beast, Aladar
Oh,
farted.
me. What's my Transformers Holy Grail? Mad Shell 91. Probably the City Commander armor from Fans Project. I need that. Because my Ultra Magnus over there is really naked.
Ew.
Will we see Expendables 2 Mad Shell 91?
I'm
No,
not.
I won't.
Nope.
No.
Not interested now. Oh, did you see the trailers for Oz?
Mm-hmm.
That looks interesting.
There's claps for the trailers for that movie, but the one reason I clapped and I even yelled it, I clapped for James Franco. I really like James Franco as an actor,
Yeah,
so
he's really good. It's doing the kind of same thing because with the first Wizard of Oz, it started out black and white, and when it goes to Oz, the World of Oz, it becomes color, and it looks like they're going to do kind of the same thing, but like more extreme. They're going to go 3-4-3 ratio in black and white 2D, and then when they go to the Land of Oz, it'll be 16:9 3-dimensional CG color. Is going to be a fucking trip. They did the kind of same thing with Tron Legacy, and that when before he goes to the like little computer world, it's
Tron.
yeah, Tron world. They are all 2-dimensional, but if you see in 3D, that is. But then when he goes to the Tron world, it's all 3-dimensional. Just kind of, they actually said that specifically to have a Wizard of Oz kind of effect. What is your Holy Grail Transformers, Jesse? Mine is G1 Star Saber. really, really like that figure. Always wanted one. Just would really love to get my hands on it.
Someone asked me. Let me find it. It was a Common Rider question. Have you seen Kamen Rider Kabuto series? Yeah, Mega Danon asked me. The Kamen Rider Kabuto series, personal favorite. Have you seen the Kamen Rider seasons? I haven't seen Kabuto, but I have seen Double. This one's my favorite, but I haven't really watched much of anything else. So
I don't even know what that thing is or what it does.
it's a little belt thing you put on you and it turns into stuff.
What's it do? What's the point of it?
It's a toy.
But in the show, what does it do?
Oh, they put it on their like bellies and it's a belt, and using these things, putting them in there. Holy shit! Calm down. Put these in here, and do this. And it turns them into like whatever thing they put in here, like this one. And it turns them into whatever thing. You asked. It turns you into a person.
But I'm already a person.
It turns you into a powerful person.
I'm already a powerful person. I can shit fire.
That's not power. You should get yourself checked out.
Alright. Any other Gaia memories you got, Wyatt? Macho, 91.
I have all of the main 6. And I really need to get Fang. Because Philip is my favorite character, and yeah, shit. So the Riders, what are they? Aliens? Supernatural beings? Or the Riders from another plane or dimension? No, the Riders, they get these things called Henshin devices, and if they put them on, they become Kamen Riders. Kamen Riders are pretty much defenders of wherever they're at. So they're not aliens or anything, but they can turn, like these things, in the show Kamen Rider Double, these Gaia memories can turn you into Dopants, and those are like super-powered monsters, so... Power Rangers, kind of like Power Rangers, but they're not. Dragon Prime 121, have you guys pre-ordered Arms Micron Gaia Unicron?
I have. Very excited.
Yes.
Really want to see more of that figure, though, as far as pictures go.
The rated Transformer, yes, it is Japanese. I'm annoyed the Transformers Japanese version does not...
During the time of Power Rangers, they made the Masked Rider, which is a U.S. port of one of the Kamen Rider shows, and that was a funny...
a lot of people hate it because it's horrible. The last Kamen Rider show that the U.S. had that was okay, I think, was Dragon Knight.
That sounds familiar. Yes, we get it. You have gas. Fart. Fart then.
Poop!
Go in the toilet and take that shit.
What's really sad about this thing, really, is it's made for like 7 to 10-year-old Japanese kids, and I can wear it. I fit into it. I'm that small.
How do you fit into it if it just clips onto your belt?
It comes with. It doesn't clip onto your belt. It's a little toy belt. It comes with these things. You clip onto them.
Oh, okay. There's a little squirrel fucking Jesse's tomatoes. Right? I don't know.
The hell are you talking about?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. Hold on, I got fart again.
Sorry, don't that.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that was a bad one. It's gonna stink.
That's
Yep, there it goes. Joker!
Okay.
Masked Rider just gives me fits of rage. I don't have any feelings towards it. It might as well not even exist.
Super Megatron 1245 is an avid Kamen Rider fan, so he gets angry about it.
Man. I don't know.
Squippin' Squidman?
Any more questions? Anyone? Anyone?
Last call until we get to the email questions.
What? Why? Oh.
Wyatt got me wind charger. He's a cool guy. Yes, you're welcome, Seth.
Sound Blaster? I no. I would not care if they made a masterpiece Sound Blaster. I'd be more than happy if they just stuck with the Soundwave. But with them loving to repaint their masterpiece figures into whatever colors available and have it make sense, then they're probably going to do a Sound Blaster at one point.
Yeah, it'd be cool. It's just I don't really care.
Aladar.
If they give him different cassettes, then yeah.
Yeah. Aladar asked me, "Can you advertise prehistoric customs?" Like, what do you mean? As he probably is typing right now. And he's not saying anything. It's a company on the rise. Alright. No stars. No Starbird. Yeah, well, he's part of G1, but it's just a different series. It's still considered all to be Generation 1. Like from the US show to the end of Victory. Or Zone, if you want to call it that one episode. Yeah, so I guess let's go to email questions.
Okay. Jesse, by the way, did you pre-order or did you get on BBTS Gohan?
No, I'm thinking about it though.
There's like 90 left, so those things sold out in like 10 minutes, and they had like 500 the first day. It's insane. I was really glad that Mad Shell is a good guy and was able to pick one up. I'm still looking for Tiger. I went to a Walmart recently, and I got excited, but it was only the 8-inch Tiger. Primecast Q&A. There we go. Signing in. Nope. Nope.
Nothing there.
No. We have some. Calm down. Calm your britches. All right. This comes from Mewtwo Prime. Hey guys, thanks for answering my questions last time. I have 3 more for you this week. 1. If the symbiote from the Spider-Man comics could affect anyone in the universe, who would you guys pick?
Megatron. Prime Megatron.
Well, that sounds like a really horrible thing. I wouldn't really want it to take over anyone, because the symbiote amplifies aggression and rage, and so that'd be really bad for anyone. Maybe Captain America, because that'd just be hilarious to see him conflict himself so bad because he's so pure of heart. It's kind of funny. Number 2, since the first edition Prime toys are coming out, I'll be picking up all of them. I'm most excited about Optimus. My question is, how big is he next to Prid Megatron? He's not here right now, but I can show you.
In other words, he's just a tad bit bigger than Prid Megatron, but he's going to give you a...
He is...
Just for what listeners right now. People on YouTube won't be able to see.
Nope, but he is that big compared to him, so he's about 3 centimeters taller than Megatron. So about, yeah, less than a half inch. Still annoying. But yeah. Um, Three. If you guys are into Marvel Universe, what did you guys think about what was shown at San Diego Comic Con? I really want a 6-inch classic Deadpool figure.
Someone actually posted a picture of that and made sure that I showed you it, and I forgot. Now I can't show it because it's.
Seth showed it to me.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying. He doesn't have a Toys R Us near him, so I'm trying to get him to do a trade, so I can buy him the exclusives from Toys R Us, and he can get me one of those because he lives in a smaller area.
Next.
Look out, trade. Why it's Jimmy's Russell when he saw that Deadpool? Yeah, yeah, still are. Thanks, guys. Me too, Prime of Brendan. Thank you, sir. What do you guys think about all the bumblebees that are taking over the stores from Dustin Tucker?
It's fucked up. I hate it. Pisses me off every time. Every time I go to this damn Target, they have the same 8 bumblebees there. Nothing else different. Went to the Toys R Us in my area. They had 14 or 16 bumblebees in the prime line, and the only other deluxes were Dark of the Moon, and both of them were bumblebees. It's just awful. Can't get away from him.
Yeah, I'm glad that the case ratios are being more evened out, but yeah, it's ridiculous. At one of my Targets, I literally have 4 bumblebees and two hot shots.
Hot Shot and Knockout's already on clearance on BBTS.
Even Knockout, wow,
Yeah.
it's unfortunate. I like Knockout.
Yep. Alright, what's next?
One moment. Okay, alright. Hey guys, Angel here, aka Epic ACL5. My question is, who would win in a fight? Vampires versus zombies?
Well, zombies would, because they don't feel pain. You'd have to pretty much blow their brains out anyway, and if
Jesse doesn't care, he would just kill himself.
and if a vampire tried to drink the blood from a zombie, they'll die.
Yeah, they'd get infected with the virus. That's the thing. The zombies or the vampires would try and eat the zombies, and
So
it wouldn't
you'd
work.
have zompires.
In which Jesse would just end it all.
What if
Just
a
not
zom-
even.
if- what, then a zompire would get bit by a werewolf?
There's
Then you'd have a were-zompire.
a picture on the internet. It's a meme, and there's a guy sitting on his couch watching the news, and it says, "And today, scientists discovered a species of scorpion that could take flight." And he just pulls out a gun. He's like, "Well, that's that."
Yeah, I saw you post that picture before, and I was like, "Yep, that's exactly what I would do." Fuck flying scorpions.
There's a lot more of these. Doctor Who versus Doctor House.
I like Doctor House.
I like Doctor House too. I think Doctor Who would win though, because Doctor Who would be able to get in a TARDIS, go back in time, and stop House from being born. So, Doctor Who. Transformers versus Voltron.
Voltron's pretty pathetic next to any of the Transformers, except for like maybe Huffer. So, plus the Transformers have advantage of numbers.
Yeah, I think there's maybe like 3 versions. Even if it was like all the Voltrons and some Transformers,
All the Transformers would have to do is bring out Omega Supreme or Metroplex, and they're like, "Yep, we're fucked."
because Voltron, I think it's like 3 versions of Voltron in one universe. So, yeah, Transformers would win that.
There's the original. There's the vehicle Voltron, and then there's stealth Voltron.
Yeah.
That's about it.
The next is Avengers versus the Justice League of America. The Avengers.
Yep. Fuck Aquaman. Right. I like to ride the
It would
wave.
come down to like you have like Thor versus Martian Manhunter, Batman versus Iron Man, Superman versus the Hulk. It's that kind of thing.
Yep, yep.
I think personally the Avengers would win, and then you have Hawkeye versus Green Arrow.
That would be
I
actually kind of a tough one there.
Mhm.
That would be the
I think it'd be Hawkeye though. Hawkeye is actually he has more devices and more promise than Green Arrow. I like Green Arrow, but then you have Flash, and they'll just shoot him.
the rated Transformers asks anyone here plays Minecraft. I've tried playing
I
Minecraft.
do.
I thought it was really boring and I just could not get into it.
I like Minecraft. Recently, I've taken to Minecraft and Team Fortress 2. So
Someone else
yes,
was
I
talking about Team Fortress 2 earlier.
yeah, they tell me to get better.
Yeah. Next.
What do you guys think of the Deadpool game made by High Moon?
I haven't seen too much of it. Well, too
Yeah, but I
much
saw
of
the
it.
trailer and it looks pretty goddamn awesome.
Uh,
Looks really cool.
I have to watch the trailer of it later because I haven't seen it yet.
Well, I think it's a really cool idea. Thank you guys, and you're awesome. Thank you, sir. Hey guys, Autocon360 back again with some questions. My first question is for both of you. Are there any Transformers anime figures you regret not getting?
Um, I don't know. What was it? What line was it?
Animated.
No, I pretty much got all the ones I've wanted.
Um, there recently in the past beginning of the year, there were some figures that I missed and I ended up getting, and those were Electrostatic Soundwave, Swindle, and Repgar, and I got those. And Blackout. But I think the only two that I'd want that didn't get were that were actually released were um, Wingblade Prime and Leader Bulkhead.
Yeah, actually, I would like the Wingblade Prime. I did think that looked pretty good with its pack and hammer. Did look,
Mm-hmm.
and the clear mold. I did like the clear plastic on that.
Mm-hmm, which is really cool. Um, my final question is for Wyatt. Thank you. Do you mind if I send you a friend request on Facebook? And if so, would you accept it? Thanks again, Autocon360. I'd accept it, sure. Seem like cool people. All right, next question. Um, one. What's your favorite? What your favorite villain from both the Sam Raimi and new Spider-Man movies?
I really like Doctor Octopus the best.
Yeah, Doc Ock was really cool. Then probably Green Goblin, and I didn't really care for much of anyone from Spider-Man 3.
The
And
thing
then,
that really bugs me about Green Goblin is that okay, so he stole that suit. It was a flight suit. Why
yeah.
would they design a helmet for it to look like that?
Well, when that was created, they didn't have a helmet, so I think the helmet was his.
Yeah, I find that hard to buy.
Well, because remember when he was flying it, there was no helmet.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
That just always kind of bugged me. Like that stupid metallic green helmet is hideous. Just looks.
And it
Like,
had like the lifted eyes. I'm pretty sure Norman Osborn made that mask.
maybe. You know, speaking of Norman Osborn, that really could have been him at the end of Amazing Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking, really could have been.
Yeah.
Any more?
Well, then he said the new Spider-Man movies, but like, there's only the
one.
lizard, so
Yeah. So I guess
I
him.
yeah, him, and that's it.
Yep.
Number two, besides the ultra-posable Spider-Man figure, which other figures do you have interest in buying?
Any of the comic villains or just like the main comic Spider-Man. Like I would really like to get the comic version of Carnage and Green Goblin.
I have the Carnage, and I saw the Green Goblin recently.
What about Venom? Do you have Venom?
Not comic, but I've seen it recently too.
Oh, Yeah,
The like crazy one with the tail.
yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. If I can get you one, I will.
Okay.
If you want a Green Goblin, I want to get the Green Goblin as well. The one figure I regret not getting. There's a few Marvel figures I'm trying to track down. I really want to get the Hulkbuster from the Armored Avenger Iron Man line, and I want the Lizard from the Spider-Man line.
Mad Shell says I gotta go
Yeah.
do some other stuff. That's cool. No hard feelings. You come and go as you please. Just if you yeah, just check it out on YouTube when it's up. We'll be up tomorrow. Thank you for
Thank you,
stopping by.
sir.
So you.
So yeah. Also, all right. Number three, which deluxe class prices with deluxe class prices going up? What the most you would pay for retail deluxe class transformer? I think around $16 is the most I would pay.
Yeah, I'd say 16, 18. That's the most I'd pay.
Yeah. Depends on really who it was. Thanks for answering, Transfan681. YouTube Transfan681. Thank you, sir. And then what else? We have one more.
Make sure you delete all of them so you don't. So you
Oh,
don't.
I have. I have a
Okay,
system
good.
for it. Hey guys, here's my question for this week. One, why in your entertainment pack does your Miko's head turn or not? Because mine doesn't, and the rubber piece for her neck just twists. That's horrible. Yeah, in my review of Megatron, or no, I made reviews for Prime, Megatron, and the three kids separately. So like, there's three reviews, and in one of them, in the kids one, I actually ripped Miko's head off. So yeah, mine turns just fine, and I hope you can find a way to fix yours. Maybe get a needle in there or something. But yeah. Um, but yeah, it turns fine. Also, have you ever noticed that on the Voyage Optimus Prime that you can rotate his hands and put the gun and sword on that way? It fixes the blunt end of the sword problem. He attached a picture. I don't really see the point of the gun, but the sword, yeah. He has the sword turned sideways, so he's just doing it like this. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. I might do that for the sword whenever I pose it with him. And this comes from Dylan Abbott, Dragon Prime 120. So,
Okay. Yep. He actually just. I have a mitten seal box. Hulkbuster 16 Iron Man. I've seen those a few times, and
okay.
I've eh. Those I never really cared for the Hulkbuster armor. It just looks too bulky for Iron Man. I always think of Iron Man
There's
as
a
being.
better. That's the point. It's called Hulkbuster.
Oh no, duh. Oh really? Sherlock? Is that why?
They haven't. CBS has a new Sherlock Holmes
Yeah, I've seen it.
show.
It's stupid.
So fucking dumb.
What did you think of the trailer for Man of Steel?
I enjoyed it. It was really cool. How he was like a kid and he had the cape and stuff. That was
It
pretty
was
cool.
it seemed like almost like a TV or a movie version of Smallville, just from what they had.
Hmm.
It just kind of had the same feel, and the way he goes like supersonic when he's flying through the air at the very end. That was really cool.
Yeah.
I loved seeing the Hobbit trailer on the big screen because
Yeah.
that's the next movie I'm really looking forward to the most. Because I saw it at IMAX, they actually showed us a premiere trailer for the new James Bond movie,
They did.
Skyfall. Yep, it looks
How's that
pretty.
look?
It looks confusing. I have no. I watched the trailer in depth. I had no idea what it was about. Just like James Bond says some shit to some shit. Hey, there's a new Q, and he's like 12 years old, and this old bitch is getting yelled at for some reason, and they get in fights. That's what I got from it. We saw what Aladar's. What? Oh, he's. What'd you see in 3D? Oh, I want to see Brave. That one
I saw
was.
Brave. It was really good.
Yep, I like to see it. I've heard that Ice Age, the new one, sucks.
Really?
Yeah, or it's pretty much a throwaway movie. There's no point to it at all. It just seems like a long TV special that like they made for, like like last year they made a Madagascar and Ice Age like Christmas specials that were like 20 30 minutes long. It
Hmm.
just kind of felt like one of those, but like 90 minutes. Like there's just no real point to it.
Yeah,
Like,
I wasn't too impressed by the voice talents they had in it. Voice talents, because Drake has lots of fucking talent.
yeah.
Just my opinion. He doesn't, by the way. Spoiler alert.
I'm going to go for a user voted password. If on YouTube, if someone has listened to this entire episode, we'll have them type in the password, which is just to show that they watched the whole episode. And uh, people in the chat just start making up suggestions for what you would like the password to be. Don't you all jump at once.
That's not my entry, by the way.
Dick sausage. It's kind of redundant. Couldn't sleep. I farted. Sniffle bloffers. Let's go with dick sausage. Dick sausage is the password. If you listen to the whole
Thanks, Seth.
episode, yep. Thank you. Thank you, Super Megatron, aka Seth. Um. Well, I think that about wraps up. Unless there's something else you want to add until we get to the spoilerific Batman discussion.
No, I'm good. So until Batman, I gotta talk about it.
Yeah. Of course, you can follow me at Twitter, twitter.com/ssjautobot. You can follow Wyatt at twitter.com/AnakInvader. I encourage everyone to do so and subscribe to his channel at youtube.com/AnakInvader.
Thank you.
And for all you YouTube listeners, you'll be able to catch our live stream of the show at www.blogtv.com/people/ssjautobot. Very neat. Very cool. Yep, cool show, guys. Thank you very much. Strawberries for dicks, sure it is. Poop, dick pee, yes it is. Chocolate milk is sexy. Sniffle blaffers, Megs. There you go, sirs.
Thanks.
Thanks to all of our listeners that joined us for our talk at Blog Talk,
Blog
Blog
TV.
TV. Yep,
Where the fuck are we?
I don't know. So, really have fun. I'm really fucking tired. So,
Me too.
yep, gonna get off here. And if you're not gonna listen to the spoilerific review of Batman, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you next time. But if you're gonna listen, that'll be on very shortly. See you then.
Boop.
Alright, if you've stuck around this far, we're going to talk into some of the more spoiler discussion about Dark Knight Rises.
Yep.
So,
If you haven't seen the movie
yes,
and you don't want
what the
spoiled,
fuck are you doing here? If you
do not listen to this because we're gonna get into some heavy spoilers right away. So please don't even like try and put your feet in the water. If you haven't seen it yet, please don't. If you haven't seen the movie, I actually strongly encourage people not to listen to this. The movie is so fantastic and beautiful.
Yeah.
See it for yourself.
Alright.
All right. Fair warning.
Last warning. Go away.
Go.
Alright, there.
You can't handle this.
Can't touch this. Bum, 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 bum.
Rajo.
Alright. So, there were a couple rumors that were circulating around that we both discussed on Primecast.
Mm-hmm. Some
And-
of them are kind of true and kind
Yeah.
of open at the end.
The biggest rumor that we heard that kind of happened was that Batman was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
And in a sense, yes, Batman did die, but Bruce Wayne lived on to do what Alfred wanted him to do, and that was to go live on, get away from Gotham City, and be happy.
Mm-hmm.
And that was just a beautiful scene.
When in the movie when that happened, it was throughout the end of the movie when Batman did what he did, and we'll talk about that actual in depth in a moment. But when he did what he did at the end, and When as soon as I saw Alfred, like Lucius Fox was talking to people about a missing part from one of the bats, and he's kind of like, "What the hell?" And I think he kind of figured that out then too. That well, then that part's gone. And that means it's on the wing on the original bat, and Bruce Wayne's probably still around there somewhere. And then from that previous scene before with Alfred talking about he goes to this cafe in France every year, and he was kind of hoping to see Bruce there, him not say a word to him, and just kind of know that he was happy.
Yeah.
He had settled down and he was away from Gotham and he was living his life. And at the end, when I saw him walk into that cafe, I knew what was going to happen. And I
And you really didn't even need to show Bruce Wayne. All you really need to do was just show Alfred. He like get that grin on his face, and he nod, and then you would know that.
I thought it was that scene when he walked in is when I got really teary eyed, and the scene where Gordon at the end kind of like helplessly just like touches the new bat signal is when I absolutely lost it and just started sobbing in the movie. Like I like sunk in my seat and just started crying. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. I really liked how there was no panning, there was no pussyfooting around it. They just showed Bruce Wayne sitting there with the glasses in his shirt, and he raised his glass to Alfred, smiling. That it was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
And the next big rumor is that John Blake actually becomes Robin. He kind of does, but he kind of was always Robin. It's like the real Robin. Well, not real, but from the comics, his name is Dick Grayson.
Hmm.
And the entire time, John Blake kind of showed himself, being the kind of Robin type. Like he was very hot-headish. He was
They
very,
even said hot-headed
yeah.
or hot-headed.
He was just a very smart, very good spirited. He was an orphan. He could identify himself with Bruce Wayne a lot. But at the end, what was he doing that they found out his legal name was? I forget what.
He was collecting his bag from something,
Oh
and
yeah.
Philman said no, nothing. And he says, here, try my real name. And as soon as he said real name, I was like, wait, did I hear that right? And then she says, you should use your real name. I like that. And I was like, no way.
Robin. I was like, right whenever he said Robin, it was like everyone just like, oh shit.
Everyone said that.
Yeah, everyone.
When in the scene when Alfred was telling Bruce about the letter, and he was like, "What if I told you there was a letter?" And one of the guys in the very front row was like, "Wow!" He yelled at it. It was really
Asshole.
that's all we heard. We heard "Wow," and everyone kind of laughed, and it was one of like intense moments of the movie. Like wow. And then there was literally only one funny part in the whole movie, and it's when Catwoman vanishes, and he's like, "That's what that feels like."
Yeah.
That
That
was
kind of irks me. Like, all right, you can talk. Everyone's making fun of his voice all the time, but he even does that when no one's around him.
yeah, because he does just in case.
But still, I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Well, I thought it was kind of cool too. No one else really noticed this, but me and my friend did. When in the end, or not even in the end, but in the end when Bruce Wayne returns to Gotham and he sees Selena Kyle and he talks to her and she asks about his powerful friend. When he's talking about his powerful friend, he's doing his Batman voice.
Uh-huh.
I thought that was really cool. Like, 'cause she knew, and I thought it was cool. Okay, now here are a few plot holes and plot points of the movie that didn't really add up.
Right. There's a few.
One, the whole fission, pure clean energy source thing that they turned into a bomb was really plot devicey. Like it was
God.
incredibly convenient. I was like, that's kind of wow. I don't mind it. It's not against the film at all. I was just like, that's really
Just like right when they mention, it's like, yep, that's going to become a weapon.
yep.
Like, yep, that's going to try to blow up Gotham with it.
The one cool thing though is everything that you think can go wrong in this movie goes wrong.
Uh,
Everything.
Bruce Wayne was so creepy when you first see him walking
Yeah.
with, because I thought the scenes when we saw before with him walking in Kane, I thought that was going to be him after Bane beat the shit out of him.
I thought in the beginning he was faking it.
Did you?
Yeah, I thought he was faking it. And then when he fell, I was like, all right, maybe he's not. And then he went to and he's like, make a hospital appointment for my leg. I was like, well, damn. What the hell happened? And that's another thing. They never followed up on what really happened to his one leg.
Well, they never really had to mention it. It's just fucking wear and tear from him being
Yeah.
Batman. Just kind of got to him, and the fact that he's 8 years older now, and he's not
Yeah, he
really,
hasn't done anything. He didn't keep his body up like that,
yeah,
man.
he's not necessarily in the best state,
Yeah.
but he still has that mentality of being like, I've kicked people's asses left and right. Bane should be nothing to me. I killed Ra's al Ghul. I should be able to handle this reject. And,
Hmm.
he had that same mentality. When Catwoman betrayed him, he's like, "You made a mistake." And Bane said, "You made a mistake by coming here."
That was so fucking creepy.
Oh God.
I loved Bane in the movie. His
Oh,
voice and everything was so creepy, and it was so awesome. The thing where I knew they were gonna do it was when they took the guy out into the football field, and he's like, "Tell us who you are. Tell us about this weapon, what it is." And then he just snapped his neck. He's like, "Who can defuse it? Only me. Only you."
Alright.
Yes, and he snapped his neck.
That was
Like I was like, "Wow."
I was so excited to see that the classic image of Bane picking up Batman and breaking his
When
back.
because I knew it was gonna happen. Me and my friend Lily were just cringing and rolling in our seats like, oh god. And when he picked him up, he said, I don't know what would break first, your soul. And he picks him up, or your body, and slams it over his knee. I was like, oh my god. It was crazy. And then when he's in the cell, there's a vertebrae protruding from your back. We have to put it back. I was like, oh god.
That whole thing too. All right, so the time from when Bane and his crew took over Gotham, and from the time when the bomb was going to blow up, it was how long? 5 months.
Yeah, it was 5 months,
That felt like just a
like a week.
very weak plot device, just to have Batman away in a prison,
Hmm.
just to train and get stronger. Like, yeah, we have this bomb. We're gonna have it detonate in 5 months. Okay, why?
Well, what was really weird too is this movie was very, 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 very not Batman or Bruce Wayne eccentric. How much he's really in the movie is really not that much at all.
Yeah,
It's really about the events in Gotham and not really so much about Batman.
like,
It was really sad though, seeing him in the cell watching the TV about what had happened to Gotham. He was like crying.
uh-huh.
That was really
It was
emotional.
his performance as when his spine is broken, and when
Hmm.
every little thing he moved, you could see how painful it was. It
Hmm.
hurt me just watching his reaction.
Well, especially when the guy just slammed that vertebrae back into
Oh
place.
God,
He's
fuck
like, "Hang here
that.
till you can stand." And climbing up out of the hole was perfect. And then,
Didn't was it just did Bruce Wayne throw down the rope so the other people could climb out?
yes, he did.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that's what he did or not.
Hmm.
Okay, here's another thing. All right, so if Miranda Tate, aka whatever
Talia
Al Ghul,
Talia al Ghul.
if she was the only one to get out, how did Bane get out?
I suppose he just got out too.
But they only said that only the one girl was able to get out by herself.
Maybe he had help.
Uh,
Maybe she came back for him after Ra's al Ghul died.
that's
Because
one thing that kind of bothered me. Okay,
the one thing that really bothered me, the number one thing, a couple things really. I think the main three are one. When Bruce Wayne, how did Bruce Wayne get back to get back into Gotham when there was no way for anyone to go to and from without them blowing the bomb
right. That was like, all right. You pretty much see him in the
in the
past.
desert,
Uh,
walking, and then yeah,
yeah, I don't know.
and then another thing is they in the beginning of the movie, Bane is wanting Bruce Wayne's fingerprints, and he gets the fingerprints, but they never say why, and then they never enlighten on how Bane figured out he was Bruce Wayne. They never showed you how or why. Like, what did Batman have fingerprints somewhere? I didn't understand that at all.
Well, yeah, it just kind of goes with that. Just kind of goes with his character of his superior intellect, because in the comics
He figured it out by
he was
by
a
the
ge-
way it
he was a
walked.
genius.
Hmm.
Like he was just incredibly smart. Like his IQ was matched the higher minds in the world,
Hmm.
and that's why they kind of chose Bane for this movie, because they wanted someone to challenge Batman physically and mentally.
Yeah.
But the thing
And
that
they
really,
they did outsmart Batman. So
yeah, but the thing that really bothered me the most at the very end, when the bomb is about to go off, he gets in the bat, drags it off into the ocean.
hmm
He's in there the entire time. Somehow we're supposed to believe that he did activate the autopilot switch and escaped and did not get killed by the blast anyway.
I kind of they said the part, all right, and then I don't know if they ever disclosed that it was the autopilot. I kind of figured that it was just some sort of device that let him let go of the bomb and fly away, but
I don't. That just whole part just seemed kind of like we're gonna kill this character, but somehow he survived. Like we don't know how.
yeah, the movie was not perfect. It was mind blowing, and
Oh no!
how
Oh no! 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 My biggest fucking problem. No, fuck that. My biggest problem is when he sees Ra's al Ghul, like his in his mind,
hmm
but his mind is telling him that Bane is his child. Why would he think that? There's be no reason for him to assume that. Because it's not really Ra's al Ghul talking to him, it's just his mind. Why would his mind come to the
Well, it's
conclusion?
because of what Ra's al Ghul told him before about his wife being killed, and I don't remember if he said anything about his a child. But they were talking about a traveler and his child, and Ra's al Ghul was a traveler, and they killed his wife. So everything matched up. He thought, at least.
Yeah, that just seemed a little bit too easy to me.
I I think my biggest thing is probably how the hell did Bane figure out he's Bruce Wayne, and the whole like how the hell did he get into Gotham? Was he successfully able to walk across the ice, or what? Also, something that was really cool was seeing Thomas Crane as the
Yeah, that was
as the
awesome.
judge. Like so, even my girlfriend who she likes The Dark Knight and stuff. She think it's cool, but she's not too even keen on it. And she knew exactly who it was. She even laughed when she saw him. It was kind of awesome. I saw him. I was like, wow. Uh, Gordon. I really like Gordon in this movie. He was really hands on, and I thought he was gonna die from that
Me
teaser
too.
trailer. The first one. I thought he just got sick and he was gonna die.
Yeah. Why? Why? Why exactly was he in the hospital anyway? Was it because he got shot?
Yeah.
That wasn't exactly kind of clear on that.
How when he
I
got
thought.
when
I
he got
thought
thrown
that
into the water and stuff, that was crazy. That scene was really cool.
Bane was like, "Follow him." Shoots him, so the
hmm
guy will fall in the water. Man, Bane was fucking badass. And then he gets shot in the fucking chest with the bat pod.
Actually, I don't think he got actually shot himself. Because when he flies and he hits the wall, he kind of twitches and he kind of flinches and stuff when he hits the wall. I'm pretty sure Selena Kyle shot the wall and all that stuff hit him. So the blast technically hit him, but I don't think Bane died.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
I thought Talia al Ghul was a pretty weak character overall, though.
Yeah, it was like if you read the comic book, it's really cool. But yeah, her leading up to that was kind of crazy.
It's like,
When my friend knew, like she was really convinced that was Talia, and it was really cool. I think just it was the part when it was just the part when when Gordon is kind of figuring everything out, and when they're at Bruce Wayne's private funeral, all it is Lieutenant Gordon, or Commissioner Gordon, Alfred, Lucius Fox, and uh, John Blake, the only people that knew he was Batman, and it's just incredibly sad because everyone's sad and upset. But Alfred is just standing there sobbing and apologizing and
uh,
pleading to his parents' graves how sorry he is that he couldn't protect Bruce, and it's so sad.
that was a great scene. Um, let me think.
Oh, when Blake swings into the Batcave and the ending shot is the armory raising and it just goes into that and it hits the crest. That was
Great, yeah.
I think the wordplay for this movie leading up to it wasn't even like cagey. It's like, no, this is the last Batman movie. There's nothing about it. But this, and Batman even says the next time you go alone, wear a mask. Nightwing, like it's Wow.
I thought the how the first introduction of Batman in this movie was really cool too. When they're chasing Bane and the
And it goes
motorcycles
dark.
goes dark, and then the Batpile races by the cop car real quick, and the newbie goes, "What was that?" And the
You're
experienced
in for a
cop,
treat tonight.
and the Batpile comes out of fucking nowhere, and you hear that Batman theme, boom, it just plays like, "Oh, that fucking gave me chills."
That was so cool.
And
And I like how the
everyone
cop
started cheering.
he shot his gun, and the cop's like, "Put that thing away. You're gonna get yourself hurt."
Batman looked at him like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Well, I like how a lot of the older people in the city who have been around since then, they have a feeling for Batman. They know that he's not evil.
That's why, like, even when they had him surrounded, when he escaped on Batpod, no one really tried to make a
A move.
shot. They just kind of watched him, like,
That one guy, what was his name? Uh, the guy who's trying to outdo Commissioner Gordon. I don't like him. I don't really care for him.
oh yeah, yeah, I remember. I don't
The
remember.
guy who's like, I'm gonna do it. What Commissioner Gordon never
Oh
could.
yeah,
I'm gonna take down the
he's an
Batman.
asshole.
Yeah.
Oh, the badass scene in that whole thing is though when they think they have him cornered, he takes the Batpod down in the alley.
Mhm.
You're like, come on out, Batman. You just see the fucking headlights of the bat just like glow up. You hear the engine kick up, like, oh.
One thing I thought was really cool, because I had thought I saw it in the Dark Knight, but out of all the times I watched it, I couldn't see it clear enough. But in the Dark Knight, when he's in the Batpod and the Joker's standing in the street and he's chasing him, and the Batpod swerves and it kind of turns
Yeah, I was always wondering, like, what the hell is it
because
doing there?
the wheels didn't move. But in this one, you see the wheels are on axes so they can spin. That was
Yeah,
so fucking cool.
yeah. Kenna, my wife, looked at me and was like, right when that happened, she said, "That's badass." Like, I know.
Yeah, that was cool.
Uh,
Catwoman was kind of cool too. It was kind of weird actually. Wore a latex suit for kind of no reason, but it
I,
was so cool.
it, I liked how she was never really referred to as Catwoman.
Yeah.
It made the movie more, it seemed more real to me.
Did you notice that at the end of the movie when it's Bruce Wayne at that cafe, Selena Kyle is sitting right next to him?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was really cool.
yeah.
I wonder too. Like, does no one else in the world know who Bruce Wayne is? And did he use the clean slate like to get new
Oh,
fingerprints?
you'd have to. That's what he said. He had it. He used it on both of them.
But the clean slate wipes your records, not your fingerprints or anything. So it's like, oh, Bruce Wayne never existed. That makes no sense. Unless it only works for one region, but they never really enlightened on that. There are definitely some plot points and device in this movie that weren't really enlightened upon.
Right.
I think the only thing though that will go down as a detriment for the movie was the movie was really not Batman oriented. Honestly, this movie was John Blake oriented.
Yeah.
Totally, but it's not bad.
Which is still kind of
Yeah.
appropriate about passing on the mantle
Hmm.
from the one watchful guard into the other, and that's why. I mean, Christian Bale was truthful to what he said. The moment they introduced Robin in the series, I'm done, and they introduced Robin, and he's done. I mean, but
I
that's
wonder. I have to wonder. Did they tell Christian Bale that was gonna be Robin?
I don't know.
Because I can see him watching that to the
Like,
premiere
be
and standing
careful,
up,
don't.
and he starts screaming like he did on set for Terminator. He's like, "No! What the fuck? No!"
Good for you, Nolan.
He gets in Robin's face. How was it, huh? Oh god.
Oh.
Just leaves the fucking theater, punches Nolan in the dick. He's just, fuck you. One thing I really hope they don't do, and this would be kind of okay, if they kind of enlighten upon what happened to Robin or John Blake, it'd be fine. But I really hope if they do, I wonder if he just took over the role as Batman.
Or became his own character.
Yeah,
Like,
I think him taking over Batman is completely because it like they said the Batman to them did die, but he even told him the point of Batman
as anyone can be.
is he could be anybody. He's just a symbol, and I think that would be pretty cool. But I don't know how I'd like that. As a movie, as a concept, it's great. But
Yeah.
um, I also liked really cool. I was hoping this would happen, but I didn't want it to be like cagey, like Batman just kind of looks at Gordon, like takes off his mask. He's like, "Look at me, I'm Bruce Wayne."
Oh yeah, I was
I
just
really
about
like
to
that.
say that.
It was so beautiful how he was like, "You don't need a hero like me. You need the everyday heroes that can put a coat around a young boy's shoulders and let him know the world hasn't ended yet." And he's kind of like, "What?" And as he flies away, he remembers from when his parents got shot.
Yeah.
He's like, "Bruce Wayne." Like that was amazing. And it really, I don't know why, just everything Gordon does through the series really makes me like his character. It really, really, really makes me want a lieutenant or God, I keep saying lieutenant. Commissioner Gordon action figure.
Well, you better find one.
Yeah, no. Even if not, I'll get the 2-pack from Toys R Us.
I actually did see that at Toys R Us the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Still had them.
I gotta get that 2-pack from Barnes and Noble of the Catwoman and Batman from Arkham City.
Yeah.
They have both of them, the black and white and the colored. Gotta get both.
Can't really. I was still kind of hoping that at the Venom that Bane uses in the comics was going to have some form of a part in his
Yeah,
strength.
I didn't really mind though, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean it still makes sense, but
Some people kind of didn't like that either. Some people were looking forward to it, but it's like, well, it's all about believability.
yeah, it's still.
I was really hoping Bane's mask was gonna get like
Me
ripped
too,
off, and
me too.
we see some crazy shit underneath there. I thought that was pretty fun in the beginning. I had seen that scene before, but they had it again. It's like, if I take that mask off, will you die? He's like, it'd be incredibly painful. And he said something. He's like, for you.
Yeah, he said. Oh yeah, he said you're a big guy for you. It's like, oh, that was the part of the. Was that done with a real plane?
I don't
Did
think
they
so.
flip a plane in midair?
I don't think so. No, I think they
It
did
looks
use real
real.
planes, but I don't think they actually did that to a plane.
It looks real. That's all that matters. It looks fucking awesome. But yeah, just how that CIA agent just thinks he's on top of everything. He's got fucking Bane in his plane. They're about to go fuck his life up, and then all of a sudden his goddamn plane's turned nose up or his ass end up, with the wings fucking flying up, and people are and Bane's like taking his blood from his body, putting it into his other dude's body. And then all of a sudden he's like holding on to Bane for dear life, and then the rest of the plane just like kind of falls from around him. And Bane says, "You do not have to be afraid. The fear comes later." Like, oh god, he knows he's fucked. That's what I'll be thinking. Just fucking, I'm letting go. I'm gonna die no matter what. I'm gonna die right now.
Save me the pain.
Yeah.
That was really cool. I like that beginning scene. Bane too. There's only 2 times in the movie Bane used a weapon. It was when he shot that guy to get to like kill him and have him like to flow wherever Gordon did, and they can find him. And it was at the end when he was just about he took that shotgun. He's about to blow Batman's head off, but he didn't. Like they played that so well, so quick, and there was an explosion. I was like, no, God! And he just like, flies and hits the wall. I was like, oh, okay.
That was the last we saw of Bane.
Yeah, I don't think he died though. I don't think he died.
I think he had to have.
He didn't get shot head on.
You don't know that.
I'm pretty positive there
I'm sure he did.
Wouldn't he have been like a big hole in his side or his chest?
Well, he had an armor-plated vest.
On it, yeah, but wouldn't have like gotten his arm?
It's a PG-13 movie. They're not going to show that much gore.
Well, and this was also one of the first movies that actually showed people get shot and die for the Dark Knight.
Yeah. And especially in the Dark Knight, they're in the Joker, most of the Joker scenes, they were very subtle about showing people how to die, especially Lau.
Yeah, he just got burned.
Yeah, like they don't show it. They just imply that he got burned the fuck to death.
Hmm.
Or like, how did he kill that black dude with a knife? Like, you don't know.
I'm sure he just ripped his face off, probably cut his throat.
Great movie. Really,
Okay.
I was crying like a little bitch at the end too.
Dude, not even like I was. God, I don't want to emphasize so much because people can be like, God, why you're such a bitch. But like, I was.
Oh, I was crying my little ass off.
I was uncontrollably sobbing.
And then,
It was.
when Alfred looks up, smiles and nods, I was grinning ear to ear while crying. I was like, I was so happy.
When he as soon as he walked in there, I knew exactly what was gonna happen because Lucius was talking about the missing part, and I was like, no,
I was
oh
gonna
my God.
I wasn't sure exactly what was going on there. I didn't quite understand.
It was when everything happened throughout the movie, like with Gordon and everything. I got misty eyed, like but it wasn't until Alfred was sobbing at his parent at the graves, apologizing, pleading. I got choked up and tears formed. It wasn't until, and then throughout the whole thing, I'm just kind of like, really like emotionally, just like, oh my god, overwhelmed. It's not until Alfred, as soon as he walks in that cafe, I just broke down. I knew exactly what was happening. And they said Robin, and I was just like, so I was like, oh my god, Robin.
And I
It's
remember you said that on an earlier episode that you would not you would give up if he actually turned out to be Robin. And I told you that
No, I
whatever
said I wouldn't
you
give up.
you
I said
you
I would
said you said
I
that
wouldn't believe it. It wouldn't be believable.
yeah
Because I mean, I
well,
meant it as if like
you're
the
negative
guy.
about it. Either way, you're negative about it. And I said,
Well, no, 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 no,
"Oh
no, no,
yes, you
no,
were.
no.
Yes,
Here,
you were."
let
No,
me
let
talk.
let
No, no,
stop intro. No,
let me.
stop.
No,
Let
I'm
me.
not
Let me.
interrupting. I
Yes, you
no.
are. You're interrupted.
Okay,
No, okay.
let me enlighten on what I
I'm
meant.
going to tell.
What I meant was if he were to like when Batman was gone, if he did something stupid like, oh, I'm gonna put on a suit and I'm gonna become Robin now,
Yes, that
that
would
would
have
have been dumb.
sucked.
That would have been dumb. I don't mind the concept of Robin or Nightwing on their own. I really like Nightwing as a character. The fact that that Batman was gone when he was introduced, I got really well. And
Uh-huh.
it was that I thought Blake was gonna be a really hollow character, and he was pretty much the center of the movie.
Right.
So it's me having seen it, being able to accept that it's after Batman's sacrifice that we know that something's going on here. And how they played it at the end with Batman and him was beautiful.
Right.
I wasn't opposed to Robin coming into it. I was opposed to this just one dimensional character come in like I'm gonna save the day because Batman's not here, and he puts on a mask and he's like and someone asks like who are you? He's like I'm Robin. Like I would have hated that. That would have been dumb. That's what I wasn't on board for because that's what people were saying Robin, not like Dick Grayson or anything. But how they did it was great.
It was perfect.
I still stand behind if they would have been like him dressing up and stuff. I wouldn't have liked that either.
Right.
Batman is.
I remember telling you that whatever they decide to do is going to be brilliant, and you're like, that's so cliche of you, Jesse.
I don't remember saying that, but I
You
believe you.
did.
Yeah. Well, it was because you said anything they do is going to be perfect, and I was only worried that Bruce Wayne was going to die, and that was going to be it because Christopher Nolan has balls. He would do it too.
Uh huh.
And he
It was
kind of did it, but he kind of didn't.
Yeah, it was so perfect how Batman got his respect back from the people.
Yeah, even because everyone saw what Harvey they like. I really loved how they revealed what Harvey Dent really was,
Yeah.
um, and so and even when Batman like when all those guys were coming out of the tunnel, Batman was walking through them, and people were just kind of looking at him. They weren't trying to stop him or anything. They knew he was trying to help.
Yeah.
And like when the bat was flying, all the cops were cheering. Like,
Yeah.
that was awesome. And then at the end, they freaking built this big like statue in his honor. It was so cool.
Awesome.
It was
Perfect end to the series. Just wish they would have filled in some of the plot holes a little bit more.
like how the fuck did he get there? Why? How did Bane figure it out? Why did Bane need his fingerprints? Stuff like that.
How did he really escape the blast that fast?
Because when he hitched it to the bat, he had like 2 minutes left, and he that blast said would have taken 6 miles. So he got 6 miles out there and ejected or dropped it, and had enough time to fly, evacuating the blast.
Technically, he would only had to be 3 miles out because
Yeah.
it's 6 miles radius, so it'd be 3 miles from the center. So he would really only had to be 3 miles out.
Well, radius is half of a circle, so
Whatever, you know what I mean.
yeah. So the diameter.
I'm Batman.
Rachel! I kind of made a joke on the theater. What if he's like yelling? It's like at the end, he's like, "Where's the detonator? Tell me where it is." And I thought I was kind of crazy. If he was, "Where's Rachel?" He just kind of goes, "Where's Rachel?"
Where
Oh,
are they?
where's Rachel? Oh. How they played Rachel into it was really cool too.
Yeah.
I also thought Talia and Rachel kind of looked alike.
Did you?
Yeah, my own
I
personal
never thought
opinion.
that.
And at the end too, um,
I kind of
at the
thought.
end too, when he says, "Tell me where the trigger is," and then you have my permission to
Yeah.
die. That was
Oh. Yeah, that was really neat. But one little hit. It was kind of a joke, but and like in all the other Batman Begins, they kind of hinted towards Joker,
hmm
and Dark Knight they actually kind of hinted towards Catwoman by saying, your suit should fare well against cats.
hmm
And this one, and there's a scene like John Blake is reported to his superiors as asking about the sewers, and his superior asks, well, were you looking for giant crocodiles?
Yeah, yeah,
It's a killer croc.
yep.
I thought that was kind of neat that they did that. That's about all I got.
People just stop talking. Just like next movie. God damn it.
Yeah, great movie, loved it. I still think Dark Knight was just a little bit better,
Because
but
the
not.
plot holes, but it was such a
It's not
beautiful.
even just a plot house. It was just like Dark Knight was just so tightly wrapped.
hmm
It was just so perfect. It was a perfect mixture of talking, plot, action, suspense, shit your pants tension. While Dark Knight Rises was very much just a pure action film in some aspects, and not nearly as complicated as a plot, and nor not as clever in
But
some
still,
certain
like
scenes.
they really went. The thing I like too is, like I said earlier, everything that might go wrong in this movie goes
Uh
wrong.
huh.
Everything,
Yeah.
and that's really cool because you're just like, okay, well that's wrapped up, and then when she floods the thing, I'm just like, oh well, fuck. And as soon as that happened, and he had the bat, I was like, oh my god, he's gonna tie it to the bat. He's gonna sacrifice himself. God, no, 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 no. And then he did it, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was kind of predictable as it went along, but that's okay. But would you say this still beat out the Avengers in your opinion?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I will say too. I'm not gonna say anything on that because the Avengers, the Amazing Spider-Man, and the Dark Knight Rises are all completely different movies, and they shouldn't be competed against them each other because they all offer something incredibly different.
Yeah, they absolutely do. But I still think that critically wise, I still think that Dark Knight Rises is the superior film. I enjoyed it the most.
hmm
I was more into it. I still really loved the Avengers and even more so Amazing Spider-Man, but Dark Knight
Do you like the
Rises,
Amazing Spider-Man more than the Avengers?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Wow.
It was the Avengers, like I said before, it's a very dumb movie. There's not much intelligence in this film. It's all just very predictable. Not except for the one dude getting shot. I wasn't really expecting that, but that's easy shit to write.
What did you getting shot?
The agent, the Shield agent, the one dude that was in all of them,
Oh, he got stabbed. Yeah,
stabbed, shot, whatever.
Loki
Yeah,
stabbed him.
yeah. Well, yeah, you've seen it 6 times, so whatever. Um, but yeah, it's a very dumb movie that looks really good. It has a lot of really popular kid-friendly superheroes, and adults are really into him. Hell, I really love the Hulk, so I
hmm
mean, it's still attracted to me in some way. It has a very broad mass appeal, but as a film, it's not very smart. It's not very clever. It's just average, but visually, it's great. Amazing Spider-Man, very interesting. Very you the character development is much stronger in Amazing Spider-Man than it was in Avengers, and more so than the other three Spider-Man movies. And just the characters is just so much more interesting. While Dark Knight Rises has its I don't even know
Yeah.
what else I can say about it. It's just so great. But
Yeah.
anyway, I think I'm through. It's one. It's almost 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, I've pretty much said everything. That movie is just completely beautiful.
Yeah. So, well, anyway, I actually kind of forgot we're still recording. We got so into it.
Hmm.
I hope if you've stuck around to the spoilerific edition of Batman, thank you.
Are we gonna have a password for this too?
Yeah, let's have
Rise.
Rise. No, the fire rises.
Let's just do Rise.
No,
Just
the
that's
fire rises.
why.
Because I say so. The fire rises is the password if you made it to the very, very end of this. So I appreciate every one of you for watching and listening, and for our guests that were in the live section of this show. And until next week, see you next time.
Goodbye.